Crypto Pirates Daily News, June 7, 2021. Latest news headlines. According to Tyler Winklevoss, you will never have to sell your Bitcoin, here's why. Binance CEO made some significant observations about BNB growth and cryptocurrency Twitter patterns. Casper, Mina, and Covalent are three of the most popular ICO projects listed on CoinList. The Tesla taxi company now accepts Dogecoin payments. Jack Dorsey has agreed to pay $5 million for a solar-powered Bitcoin mining facility. Bitcoin mining, a busy week in the crypto industry. Here's what to expect from the cryptocurrency market next week. eToro is the latest cryptocurrency exchange to relocate to Miami. Celebrity-fueled Bitcoin water trust initiative unveiled by clean water nonprofit. 3 reasons Dogecoin might reach the moon someday. According to Tyler Winklevoss, you will never have to sell your Bitcoin, here's why. Tyler Winklevoss, CEO of Gemini and Bitcoin billionaire, has told investors that there would come a time when Bitcoin holders will never have to sell their BTC holdings. Despite its recent run above $60,000, the co-founder of the crypto exchange argues Bitcoin is still in its early days at the Bitcoin 2021 conference in Miami. Bitcoin, in our opinion, is gold 2.0. Because it will disrupt gold, its market cap must be $10 trillion or greater, as gold's market cap is. Bitcoin is currently valued at over $1 trillion. We continue to believe it is at least a 10x from here. Even at $35,000, it feels like a really attractive long-term buying opportunity, since we believe that at a $10 trillion market cap, one Bitcoin will be worth $500,000, and that this may happen within this decade, if not within the next 5 years. Winklevoss emphasizes that if Bitcoin reaches his price target, investors can use their BTC for whatever reason they like, eliminating the need to sell it. We're hodlers till $500,000, and then you won't even have to sell because you can borrow off or whatever. The crypto millionaire even goes so far as to declare that he believes Bitcoin has the potential to become an extraterrestrial currency. Our Gold 2.0 thesis is that Bitcoin disrupts gold, and we believe that is the most conservative bull case. It's an open-source project that's still evolving and has a lot more potential. It has the potential to become the world's reserve digital money, as well as the galaxies, if we ever get to Mars. Binance CEO made some significant observations about BNB growth and cryptocurrency Twitter patterns. Binance market forecast for 2021. Binance has grown to be one of the world's largest crypto exchange platforms in terms of volume, with a market cap of more than $51.08 billion and a claim of 25% market share in the crypto market. Binance Exchange attracts investors for a variety of reasons, including the availability of more than 50 crypto tokens for trade and a low trading charge when compared to other crypto platforms. Binance, BNB, is one of the most safe and trustworthy trading platforms. Based on previous growth trends and market data, Binance Coin is expected to be one of the best performing coins in 2021. It began at $38.61 in 2021 and rose to $690 by May. The current Binance, BNB, price is $395.14 as of June 5. It claims to have constant price increase, and this cryptocurrency is at the top of investors' wish lists. Binance CEO and his tweets about the cryptocurrency market. Changpeng Zhao, a Chinese-Canadian business leader, is the CEO and founder of Binance, as well as the creator of high-frequency trading software. The CEO recently responded to a tweet from a crypto fan, claiming that Binance Coin will be greater than Apple or Amazon. CZ responded, "Not a stock, but other pieces are spot on. We don't need equities where we're going." This tweet demonstrates his upbeat attitude and, most likely, future intentions for BNB. However, Binance's current market worth is $64.8 billion, which is significantly behind Amazon's and Apple's current market caps, which averaged $2 trillion. Having said that, Binance Coin is still one of the leading alt cryptocurrencies in the crypto market and has found a bullish trend in the previous 6 months. Changpeng Zhao also tweeted on June 4 that people should not accept financial advice from other affluent guys since it would not make anyone rich, and he has zero individuals getting rich this way. He expressed strong opposition to such tweets, stating that people should not manipulate market prices and should refrain from providing financial advice by utilizing their influence. He stated that people should use their power appropriately and not use comedy to manipulate the market up or down. He described it as not fantastic and not hilarious. He also made use of the hashtag HODL. In May, he also tweeted about traders that panic sell. According to his tweet, if you invest in the cryptocurrency market, you should not panic sell because it will not make you rich. People who have panicked and sold will feel the beat later, according to him. In one of the interviews, the 44-year-old CEO also stated that he has invested nearly all of his net worth in Bitcoin. When it comes to his current net worth, he is worth $1.9 billion. Casper, Mina, and Covalent are 3 of the most popular ICO projects listed on CoinList. The cryptocurrency phrase for an initial public offering, IPO, is an initial coin offering, ICO. Cryptocurrency investors can purchase into the initial coin offering rates and obtain a token issued by the company in exchange. We will briefly examine the 3 cryptocurrencies featured on CoinList in order to determine what values are creeping into the crypto market. Why are Casper, Mina, and Covalent mentioned as the top 3 initial coin offering, ICO, projects? The crypto market is expanding all around the world, and new coins are being introduced on a regular basis. The cryptocurrency market is looking for new chances. Since the first cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, was introduced in 2009, the crypto market has been a new world for aficionados. Let us begin with Casper, CSPR, which was released in March 2021. Casper claims to be the world's first live proof-of-stake (POS) blockchain. Mrinal Manohar created the Casper, CSPR, platform. Its goal is to increase global adoption of blockchain and smart contracts. Mina Protocol is the second ICO project listed on CoinList, MINA. The project was previously known as Coda Protocol. However, due to disagreements, the project was renamed in October 2020. The Mina Protocol's MINA goal is to provide an efficient and sustainable payment mechanism that allows users to validate the platform from the beginning. This is also referred to as succinct blockchain in the company's white paper. Mina is a mixture of Bitcoin, BTC, by using a parallel state to achieve maximum processing speed and a mixture of Ethereum's account concept, ETH. At 22:10 GMT, the price of Mina is $4.10. The market capitalization stands at $613,900.365. The total amount of cryptocurrencies available is around 149,500.125. The maximum currency supply of Mina is not yet known. Last but not least is Covalent, which debuted in March 2018. Ganesh Swami is the organization's founder. Covalent, CQT, offers a service that makes use of big data technology. Covalent bills itself as the first and only coin in the crypto market to disclose all data points in the chain through the use of an uniform application programming interface, API, that gives access to thousands of blockchain data points. In other words, Covalent is a tool that keeps all acquired crypto data, allowing investors to readily visualize the data in order to do their study. Many blockchains are supported by Covalent, including Ethereum, ETH, Binance Smart Chain, BSC, Polkadot, DOT, Casper, CSPR, Scale, SKL, and others. How do I begin investing in ICO projects? One method of investing in these projects is to purchase the currencies directly from their websites, typically by trading them for reputable cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, BTC, Ethereum, ETH, or fiat money. However, in order to be aware of all the new ICOs that are being listed, one must be proactive. Users should visit each website and conduct their own research. Alternatively, sites like CoinList offer their services to new initiatives as a central source where they may get funds through crowdfunding, sale of native coins before it lists on any exchange. CoinList, as nice as it seems, has been marred by a number of problems. A quick glance at their App Play Store ratings will give you an indication of how awful things may be. The company has only received a 2.5 rating. It was the same thing when I investigated review sites like Trustpilot, where 90% of the ratings were extremely negative. CoinList has been around for around 4 years, releasing prominent names like Algorand, Filecoin, Nervos, Near, and Solana. However, there appears to be a flood of complaints about the site going down at vital times, money being stuck in transit, individuals being unable to move their coins to the allocated wallets, suspicious fees, unsolved tickets, and so on. This not only hurts CoinList's reputation, but also has an impact on the funding and popularity of new initiatives. To re-establish any level of client confidence, a miracle turnaround would be required from this point on. The Tesla taxi company now accepts Dogecoin payments. Tesla Taxi Aschaffenburg, a German taxi company, has announced that clients can now pay for rides with Dogecoin, a parody cryptocurrency. It is the first German cab company to accept bitcoins as payment. A post on Reddit's Dogecoin thread introduced Tesla Taxi Aschaffenburg. The post garnered 85% upvotes and over 400 comments at the time of recording. Customers who decided to pay using Doge must also have a digital asset wallet installed, according to the taxi company. They can use it to transmit the value of the trip converted before, during, or after the trip, but they must cover any fees that may apply. Outside of Doge, the Tesla taxi company takes ETH and BTC and has highlighted the meme cryptocurrency because to its recent price and popularity increase. The firm's CEO, Stefan Muller, stated that the choice to make Doge a payment method was merely a marketing ploy, but the Reddit post quickly went viral, prompting an increasing number of individuals to desire to use the meme coin for their travels. The taxi service has Model S and Model 3 vehicles in its fleet and provides a variety of services in its territory, ranging from daily journeys to catering for big occasions. The use of cryptocurrency has made Tesla Taxi Aschaffenburg an even more intriguing and inventive taxi service, and firm owner Stefan Muller has stated that he is always open to new technology. Elon Musk is the man behind Tesla Taxi, which accepts Doge payments. The CEO of the company revealed that the Doge move was motivated by his son, who is equally enthusiastic about the cryptocurrency and has put some money in it. His son, on the other hand, claims to be inspired by Elon Musk, who is undoubtedly the most prominent Dogecoin enthusiast and has won over many others to the meme cryptocurrency. The Doge community is one of the most active in the crypto world. eToro CEO Yoni Assia even referred to it as one of the largest, loudest, and funniest communities in the cryptocurrency market. Jack Dorsey has agreed to pay $5 million for a solar-powered Bitcoin mining facility. Twitter and Square CEO Jack Dorsey has announced plans to spend $5 million in a Bitcoin mining facility fueled by solar energy rather than coal or fossil fuel, as is currently the practice. Bitcoin mining has been a hot topic when Tesla CEO Elon Musk highlighted environmental worries about Bitcoin mining. The funds would be given to Blockstream, a renowned blockchain company. The $5 million would also be Jack Dorsey's support for the blockchain infrastructure. Blockstream Chief Information Officer Chris Cook announced the collaborative cooperation on Saturday, stating that the open-sourced mining facility will be built in one of Blockstream's US facilities. Together, we intend to promote public transparency by disclosing the project economics and information learned from creating a Bitcoin mine driven by sustainable energy, he explained. Updates on how the project is progressing would be made public through a public performance dashboard, from which anyone would be able to obtain real-time stats from the mining operation. Resolving Bitcoin's environmental problems. Jack's contribution to the development of an alternative energy source to power Bitcoin mining is yet another option for addressing the primary cryptocurrency's environmental challenges. Last month, Tesla CEO Elon Musk and MicroStrategy's Michael Saylor reached an agreement with the Bitcoin mining community. Miners and heavy-hitter investors came from a conference where miners pledged to intensify environmental activities. Other Bitcoin ideas by Jack Dorsey. Square, led by Jack Dorsey, has committed to entering the cryptocurrency market with a Bitcoin hardware wallet. These external wallets restore security in the cryptocurrency market, allowing investors to safely store their coins. During his speech, Dorsey stated that the business may introduce a hardware wallet by the end of the year or abandon the project for the next few months. Bitcoin mining, a busy week in the crypto industry. A new week on the journey of Bitcoin mining has come to an end, and the news around it has been plentiful. It should be noted that many of these are currently in the works. It should be emphasized that the Bitcoin mining industry is not having a good time. The criticism and attacks it is receiving in various locations cause some concern among miners. In a slightly less hostile environment than last week, the news is mixed, with a higher number of positive stories. In this regard, information about the mining boom in countries such as Argentina stands out. As a result, the Southern Cone country joins Venezuela as one of the countries with the biggest spread of Bitcoin mining. Another piece of good news for the mining industry came from a meeting held in Sichuan, China. According to numerous stories, the authorities acted in a friendly manner towards the miners. On the other hand, there was no shortage of negative news, with the founder of Tron, Justin Sun, standing out for his views against proof of work. These were the top 5 stories in Bitcoin mining this week. As is common, not all of the information in this weekly review of Bitcoin mining news is picked. Crypto Tendencia conducts an analysis and identifies the 5 most important facts, taking into account their significance in the crypto cosmos. Here's the scoop. The hope of miners has been resurrected as a result of an energy rally in Sichuan. Gold Shell, a new company, creates mining devices that may be mined from the comfort of one's own home. Justin Sun has joined the chorus of those who oppose Bitcoin mining. Argentina's low energy prices allow for increased activity. Square will invest $5 million in a solar-powered mining facility. After an energy meeting in Sichuan, miners' hope has been resurrected. Sichuan province in the People's Republic of China has the world's highest concentration of mining farms. This fact emphasizes the significance of a recent meeting between regulators and some of the area's electrical companies. The purpose of the meeting was to assess the environmental and economic consequences of Bitcoin mining. This is the most encouraging news for Bitcoin mining in general this week. According to news portals and their information sources, the meeting was held in a warm and understanding tone. The surplus of energy in the aforementioned province, as well as their non-polluting sources, stood out in the landscape. According to the sources, the regulators took away from the conference a report that the area is rich in hydroelectric energy and there are enterprises that are not working at the maximum of their capacity. In other words, because they are clean energy enterprises with ample operating capacity, Bitcoin mining is no longer a concern for the authorities. Gold Shell, a new company, creates mining devices that may be mined from the comfort of one's own home. Although mining Bitcoin from home is prevalent in many countries, the expense of electricity and the annoyance of noise are issues. The presence of ASIC equipment, such as S9 or S17, in an apartment room can disrupt the peace of the individuals who live there as well as the neighbors. Gold Shell, a Chinese startup, released a series of domestic miners with these types of home miners in mind. As a result, with minimal noise and consumption, you can quietly access specified sums of cryptocurrencies on a regular basis. However, social network users have expressed dissatisfaction with the aforementioned equipment due to its poor performance. Some of them remarked that having a machine that generates 60 cents each day makes no sense. Justin Sun joins the critics of Bitcoin mining. This week, Justin Sun, the developer of the Tron network, was in the news for his involvement in Bitcoin mining. Especially since he joined Tesla CEO Elon Musk's condemnation of the alleged environmental damage caused by Bitcoin production. According to Sun, the mining industry covered by the proof-of-work protocol necessitates intense competition among high-consumption equipment in order to process blocks. This internal mining battle necessitates a tremendous amount of energy, much of which is wasted. Simultaneously, much of this energy is created using fossil fuels such as coal. Sun understands that a substantial portion of miners use ecologically friendly energies in their operations. However, he believes that given the nature of the aforementioned protocol, which is employed in the mining of Bitcoin and other digital currencies, this effort is insufficient. Argentina's low energy prices enable the expansion of mining operations. Argentina's corporate expansion is another piece of good news for Bitcoin mining this week. According to a Bloomberg site analysis, the low cost of household electricity, which is subsidized by the government, fuels this development. According to the aforementioned research, the price of an electrical bill for a residence in Argentina is double that of Colombia or Brazil. Countless countries, such as Venezuela, provide lower electrical service costs than Argentina. It is not unexpected that both countries are important players in the South American mining industry. Thus, in Argentina, persons who have mining equipment in their homes have such a high profit margin that Bitcoin price drops have little impact on them. The cost of the monthly energy bill is a percentage of the profitability of the machines over the same time period. As a result, a rising number of people are purchasing equipment to supplement their income. This is critical in a country where access to currencies such as the US dollar is limited. Among the most significant Bitcoin mining news this week is the establishment of a solar-powered mining facility. Square and Blockstream will carry out the project. Today is the source. Square will invest $5 million in a solar-powered mining facility. Square and Blockstream recently collaborated to establish a significant Bitcoin mining facility. What distinguishes this endeavor is that the energy used to power the farm's equipment will be renewable. The overarching goal of this society is to demonstrate that using environmentally friendly energies is more profitable. Square will invest $5 million in the project, according to a news release. Blockstream CEO Chris Cook, for one, was thrilled, emphasizing that if other businesses adopt this strategy as an example, most of the goals will be realized. It should be mentioned that during the Bitcoin 2021 conference, Square CEO Jack Dorsey declared that Bitcoin is the most significant axis of his life. Furthermore, he stated that if Bitcoin ever needed it, he would have no difficulty leaving Square and Twitter, both of which he is the CEO of, to focus on Bitcoin. Consider the following data. Elon Musk and Justin Sun continued to tackle Bitcoin miners this week. Despite this, there is some good news, such as a meeting between regulators and energy businesses in Sichuan. At the conference, it was agreed that the province's energy sources are clean and that there are sufficient surpluses. As a result, mining does not pose a threat. The purpose of Square and Blockstream's new venture is to make the usage of sustainable energy a trend in Bitcoin mining. Despite the pressure on the industry, Bitcoin mining continues to proliferate in nations such as Argentina. Here's what to expect from the cryptocurrency market next week. Despite the fact that the crypto market had a challenging month in May, it currently appears like we will see some good improvements in the following week. We have yet to see the bulls confirm that they have recovered control, but a brief examination by CryptoQuant reveals that the panic sell may have ended. This assessment includes an examination of the return to normalcy of BTC miner sales following a significant surge, as well as the new historical lowest of the stablecoin ratio indicator, a signal that indicates a bigger quantity of capital in the market. Due to recent frantic selling by weak hands, Bitcoin sentiment remains in the high fear zone. However, this might be interpreted positively since when this mood dominates the market, the large players take advantage of the discounted prices to continue accumulating with a long-term perspective. After doing a thorough examination of the existing scenario, let us go on to a technical examination of the three major players in the ecosystem. Bitcoin is trapped in a symmetrical triangle, implying that the crypto market will remain positive in the following week. BTC managed to stem the bleeding after a fast drop to 30K and is now consolidating in a triangle-shaped range. This consolidation happens on a crucial support, which may be defending a higher trend, indicating that it will be restarted shortly. Knowing that there is a strong bullish force, the drop that happened during May continues to represent a necessary correction, which appears to have already ended. Even the bulls are unable to corroborate this. On the daily chart, the price should begin to make higher and lower minimums and higher minimums. The breach of resistance at $40,500 is a good indication that the trend has resumed. As long as this does not materialize, we may see some bearish lashes, putting that massive support zone around $32,000 to the test once more. If the $32,000 is lost, which is a remote possibility, the space will be free up to $23,800. The bull cycle is still in its early stages. When we zoom in and look at the price action from a broader scale, such as a monthly chart, we can see that the bearish month of May appears to be a modest correction in the middle of a much broader bull cycle. Although past conduct cannot predict future conduct, the reality is that the cycles are remarkably similar. BTC is a cryptocurrency that has corrected for 3 years in a row, losing up to 84% of its value. However, a bull season was unavoidable after a mining surrender, exceptionally favorable pricing for investors, and a halving that cut supply. Now that we are in the midst of significant gains, the global economic situation, particularly the American one, strongly favors a bullish continuation for a longer period of time. I don't think 64K is the top of this loop, and the behavior doesn't indicate that the bull run is done. There is no reason to oppose such a massive force. The crypto market will continue to rise as Bitcoin's bull cycle continues. Ethereum appears to be more appealing than Bitcoin. In the short term, ETH seems much more motivated to restart its upward trajectory than BTC. Will Ethereum be the one to kickstart the crypto market's rise this week? Although the bulls have yet to declare that they have retaken control, it appears that we are getting near. The higher low that the price is making over $2,550 indicates that the resistance at $2,884 may be broken very soon, confirming the bullish resumption. If the support at $2,550 is broken, the price may seek support near $2,000. This situation is unlikely because of the bear's strong depletion, as demonstrated by long rejection wicks, and a preceding completely dominant rise. Binance Coin has resumed its short-term rally. BNB verified that the bulls had regained control after breaking past the resistance at $391.17. Since yesterday, the price has been attempting to retain this level as support. If this trend continues, this cryptocurrency might easily reach $596.71 in the near future. Higher up, there is no further resistance until the one left by the all-time high, which, given the prior huge bullish power, is unlikely to be an impediment for a long time. It is still possible that support at $391.17 will be broken, but as long as the next one holds, at $305.04, the short-term bullish narrative will remain intact. eToro is the latest cryptocurrency exchange to relocate to Miami. What is the Miami migration? Florida flocking, anyone? While no phrase has yet been coined, eToro is seeking to get their name in the mix as there is undeniably more attraction being driven towards the South Florida area when it comes to cryptocurrencies and innovation. eToro stated last week at the Bitcoin 2021 conference in Miami that the company is looking for a new U.S. hub to complement their Hoboken, NJ operation. A transfer to Miami. Miami Mayor Francis Suarez has been vocal about his intention to transform Miami into a technology hub. The initiatives appear to be bearing fruit. Less than 2 days before eToro's announcement, Blockchain.com announced that its U.S. headquarters would be moving from New York to Miami, bringing 300 jobs to the area over the next year and a half. Following the announcement of eToro, Mayor Suarez noted, eToro's commitment to Miami furthers the narrative that this is not a moment but a movement, and we are on our path to become the capital of capital. Other big Bitcoin exchanges are also collaborating with Miami. FTX made an impact in traditional sports sponsorship earlier this year when it partnered with the local NBA franchise Miami Heat and secured a huge naming rights contract for the team's arena. The execution of eToro. In terms of weekly traffic, eToro, established in Israel, is the second largest exchange, after only Binance. The company receives around 19 million weekly visits. Guy Hirsch, eToro's U.S. managing director, claims both traditional financial and cryptocurrency companies are attempting to make Miami mainstream for their businesses. Following these trends, we decided to capitalize on this fantastic phenomena and join the city by building an office in the Miami area, Hirsch explained. The announcement comes as the city's largest Bitcoin gathering, the Bitcoin 2021 conference, draws 15,000 people to Miami's Mana Wynwood Convention Center. The entire picture. From sponsorships to stock offerings, eToro has been on a roll recently. Less than 2 months ago, the company announced ambitions to go public through a SPAC merger, valuing the business combination at more than $10 billion. The transaction was completed with the help of a SPAC team led by fintech veteran Betsy Cohen. As a social investment network, the company recently introduced Bitcoin Worldwide, a thematic stock portfolio centered on the Bitcoin value chain, think chip manufacturers, mining operations, exchanges, and more. eToro has also increased its foreign sponsorship activities, forming a collaboration with the Racing League and signing a 3-year arrangement with Rugby Australia. The company has also seen significant user growth, including a 210% increase in new users in Q1, totaling over 3 million people. Celebrity-fueled Bitcoin water trust initiative unveiled by clean water nonprofit. The well-known NGO CharityWater.org announced the beginning of a celebrity-backed Bitcoin water trust campaign on Friday. The trust will be able to store Bitcoin donations for the purpose of funding water projects around the world until 2025. Charity Water has established a Bitcoin Water Trust. A number of announcements were made at the Bitcoin 2021 conference in Miami, including one from Charity Water, a global NGO dedicated to providing safe drinking water. Charity Water is a non-profit organization that works to offer clean and safe drinking water to inhabitants in underdeveloped countries. On June 4, Charity Water announced a celebrity-backed Bitcoin Water Trust initiative, which intends to use Bitcoin, BTC, to create a paradigm shift in the non-profit sector adopting this digital asset. The organization stated that it got its first Bitcoin gift in 2014, and that the main cryptocurrency has grown in value more than 100 times since then. According to the release, the Bitcoin Water Trust has opened the charity to celebrities and luminaries who want to contribute at least one Bitcoin to the fund. The Gemini Exchange's founders intend to match the first 50 BTC contributed. Members of Charity Water's Bitcoin Water Trust who are part of the founding 100 include well-known personalities such as CoinShares' Meltem Demirors, Galaxy Digital's Mike Novogratz, eToro's Yoni Assia, pro skateboarder Tony Hawk, and others. We believe in the generosity of this community, as well as the power of Bitcoin and blockchain to be a force for good in the world. We've been pleased by the huge support we've already seen for the Bitcoin Trust initiative, remarked Scott Harrison, founder and CEO of Charity Water, at the announcement. Harrison continued, saying, "By establishing this trust, we hope to leverage the transformative power of this generational digital technology to have a long-term humanitarian effect, while also providing a viable model for other organizations seeking to do the same." The legendary skateboarder believes Bitcoin has the potential to positively impact charitable causes. Tony Hawk also mentioned how he has been a long-time supporter of Charity Water and has witnessed the organization's activities firsthand in Africa. "I've gladly supported Charity Water's cause for a decade, and I've traveled with them to Ethiopia to observe their work firsthand. It gives me great pleasure to help the Bitcoin Water Trust," Hawk said. "I believe Bitcoin has significant charitable growth potential. I hope to see the fund flourish by 2025, allowing millions more people to have access to safe water," the well-known skateboarder continued. Three reasons Dogecoin might reach the moon someday. There are not wholly absurd arguments to be made in favor of the notion that this coin may have long-term worth. Dogecoin, DOGE, has followed a roller coaster pattern of large price rises and dizzying plunges over the past few months, mocked by many pundits as a joke digital coin with no genuine road to attaining stable value, yet supported vehemently by its legion of retail investor enthusiasts. However, the coin with the Shiba Inu mascot picture has gradually acquired acceptance as a medium of exchange. Jenny Ta, CEO of crypto commerce startup CoinList, has stated that its market valuation might reach $1 trillion, implying that Dogecoin might potentially trade for $7 to $8. Although there are some encouraging signals for the hitherto dormant dog-themed cryptocurrency, the level of risk for its consumers remains significant. How did Dogecoin get here? Dogecoin's value remained in the fractions of a cent for the following 7 years after its inception in late 2013, while Bitcoin, BTC, expanded to dominate the cryptocurrency market. In 2021, however, Dogecoin's price has risen dramatically, with a more than 500% one-day increase on January 29. Its emergence was sparked by a group of crypto fans on Reddit who wanted to replicate in the digital currency sphere what the Wall Street Bet subreddit accomplished for GameStop's share price. Those stock traders sparked a short squeeze, in which some small investors profited by inflating the value of GameStop, forcing institutional short sellers to push it even higher as they covered and closed their money-losing short bets. According to numerous participants, a substantial proportion of Redditors saw the short sellers' actions as intentionally reducing the share prices of GameStop and other extensively shorted businesses well below their objectively justifiable valuations. Their desire to punish what they saw as an example of vulture capitalism provided extra motivation for them to purchase and keep the stock. Dogecoin's rise was bolstered by tweets from Maverick electric vehicle CEO and space pioneer Elon Musk, and its supporters dubbed it the people's currency or the people's crypto. The r/Dogecoin subreddit grew rapidly as a result, reaching 1.9 million members on May 20th. Large holders also played important roles in the coin's rise and subsequent fall, as the whales inflated and dumped the coin. What is Doge's next step? The broader cryptocurrency market is extremely volatile, with strong opinions on both sides of the debate about the true value of such assets. According to the mainstream analytical approach, long-term investments in a well-chosen portfolio of traditional equities are likely to generate greater returns for many investors due to powerful, unpredictable price moves. However, as it has been bought and exchanged, Dogecoin has acquired value and features that were not there in its original meme coin iteration. Here are some possible indicators of this transition from low-value meme to potential medium of exchange. 1. It is holding its worth despite the cryptocurrency roller coaster. Cryptocurrencies in general have taken a beating in recent weeks, and Dogecoin has not been immune to this trend. During its ascension, its value frequently shifted independently of Bitcoin or even the crypto market as a whole, and its price has been hovering in the 30 cents to 40 cents region for about a week. Despite a steep decline in average trade size and overall trading volume, the market has remained stable. According to BitInfo chart statistics, the average transaction value peaked at $1.16 million on May 23, then plummeted back to less than $240,000 by May 26. The fact that Dogecoin is still trading considerably above its early 2021 price range of 2 cents or less indicates that market forces have formed a floor at current levels, at least for the time being. Despite China's efforts to outlaw cryptocurrency mining, the coin's value never went below 30 cents in the last month. That ruling was a setback for Bitcoin miners in particular, as 65% of them are thought to be based in China, but it also put downward pressure on the entire crypto market. 2. It has several advantages over Bitcoin in everyday life. The environment is usually regarded as a high priority among the younger population that makes up the majority of Bitcoin fans. As a result, the significantly lower amount of electricity required to generate and utilize Dogecoin in comparison to Bitcoin may increase its desirability as a crypto alternative. Dogecoin consumes 0.12 kilowatt-hours of electricity each transaction, whereas Bitcoin consumes 707 kilowatt-hours. The non-profit VeryBlock Foundation says it is developing on a proof-of-proof blockchain technology that would reuse Bitcoin's proof-of-work security for other cryptocurrencies, including Dogecoin, but the notion is presently little more than an optimistic prospectus. If successfully deployed, the technology could significantly reduce Bitcoin's relative environmental costs while improving security for other cryptocurrencies, potentially assisting Bitcoin and Dogecoin to develop a type of symbiotic relationship rather than a direct rivalry, benefiting both holders. While some are concerned about the fact that there is no limit to the overall number of Dogecoin that can be mined, unlike Bitcoin, which has a hard cap, a maximum of 5.26 billion new Dogecoin tokens can be produced per year. With over 129 billion coins already in circulation, this restricted mining rate ensures that Dogecoin's inflation rate will steadily fall over time, while still giving an incentive to continue mining it. In 2021, the total amount of Dogecoins in circulation will increase by 4.1%, but only 3.9% in 2022. Inflation for Dogecoin will be 3.5% in 2025, 3.0% in 2030, 2.3% in 2040, and 1.9% in 2048. Given the attrition from lost Dogecoin wallets, a factor in the supply of all cryptocurrencies, the coin might hypothetically become deflationary if those losses outweigh the ever-shrinking inflation generated by mining. In short, though Dogecoin is theoretically infinitely inflationary, its regularly dropping, mathematically inescapable inflation rate may provide it with more stability than national currencies. 3. It is progressively gaining traction. Dogecoin, like any other currency, develops value as it becomes more generally accepted as a medium of commerce. While dozens of tiny enterprises currently accept Dogecoin as payment, their economic impact is virtually non-existent. However, some major companies, such as the NBA's Dallas Mavericks, accept Doge and will allow customers to use it to purchase both tickets and goods using BitPay. The Mavericks have decided to accept Dogecoin as payment for Mavs tickets and goods for one very vital, earth-shattering reason: because we can, said team owner Mark Cuban. The team's press release provided some more practical justifications for the decision, noting that the ability to accept crypto expands business sales opportunity into international markets where accepting credit cards is not practical, while reducing high fees and increasing payment transparency and efficiency. The Houston Rockets accept Dogecoin, as well as other cryptocurrencies. Dogecoin can now be used to purchase the most difficult of assets, precious metals. JM Bullion, the largest silver and gold e-commerce site in the United States, has added it to the list of 7 cryptocurrencies it accepts as payment. According to JM Bullion's policy, buyers who pay with cryptocurrency receive a 3% discount on their transactions when compared to credit card purchases, which is close to the 4% discount offered to buyers who pay with personal check. Rumors also persist that so-called Doge father Elon Musk may begin taking Bitcoin for Tesla vehicle purchases. Despite the fact that the electric car manufacturer has ceased taking Bitcoin payments due to the coin's negative environmental impact, Musk continues to express his support for Dogecoin verbally. However, with Musk apparently indicating that he'd be open to reverse his Bitcoin rejection provided miners commit to becoming green, Tesla's future position on Dogecoin remains uncertain. Choosing between a diamond hands and a paper hands strategy. Despite its origins as a joke coin, Dogecoin currently has a lot of potentially bullish features, making it more difficult to reject as an asset. The risk for investors remains high, as it does for all altcoins, but Dogecoin's low energy costs, the possibility of a shared security protocol with Bitcoin, the willingness of a few larger companies to accept it for purchases, and the possibility that more will follow suit, and a measure of price stability are all positive signs. Dogecoin may benefit from the substantial goodwill of its 2 million-strong retail investor fan base, however this is not directly quantified. Fools who invest in cryptocurrencies should not put money into Dogecoin that they are unwilling to lose. Those who currently have stakes in it may wish to sell if they aren't comfortable with fluctuating, high-risk assets, or paper hands, as Reddit retail investors call them. However, if you are willing to hold cryptocurrencies through dips and swings, adopting the unshakable diamond hands technique, then joke currency Dogecoin has at least some potential to leave you laughing all the way to the bank in the medium to long run. We hope you enjoyed watching and listening to this video. Please let us know your opinion in the comments area below. If you found our content useful, please like it and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for more crypto-related contents.